Hello, this is Wyland with the Drone Race League. I'd like to give you a quick recap of the May 2015 race day. This was actually the first event of the Drone Race League and we had a very successful launch. So today I would like to show you one of the races that we did with the league equipment. It was a race between some experienced flyers and also some novice flyers. This was the first race of the day for league equipment. As you can see, we're on Max's view, which is in the back left. As soon as we take off, as you can see, he was actually last to get off, but he very quickly recovered and started battling for first place. Now we're going to go ahead and switch over to Joel's view. Joel took the corner kind of wide, so he was actually fell behind, and he's in last place right now. The fourth one is actually right there. It's having some issues, so we just passed him. But as you can see, the battle for first and second is pretty tight. Admittedly, though, Max is cutting the corners in order to keep the race tight. So as you will see as the race progresses, as Max stops cutting corners, Zach's gonna pull away into first place. But currently, right now, it's actually a pretty tight race with Joel heading up third. These quads are actually very easy to fly, and we limit the amount of power that the quad can use just to make them easier to fly, and also to be more challenging, because it's really about the skill of the pilot going around these corners and doing it well and perfectly and consistently that makes the difference. So we went ahead and switched back to Max's view because the battle for second and third is about to become really tight. In fact, right around this corner, you'll actually see Joel fly right up, right in front of him. I mean, that was a really close call. But these two have very little flying experience with quads and FPV, so they're actually doing fairly well. Both of them probably has about 2 weeks experience flying these quads. These quads are very easy to fly, so again, anybody really with just a little bit of practice can get around this track fairly easily. As you can see, Max has a different flying style than Joel. Joel usually takes the corners wide while Max tries to take him in tight. Uh, Either technique probably isn't the best technique. At the end of the of this race, we're actually going to show you Zach's view. Zach actually has a very, very good flying style for getting around the track, and you can learn a lot from watching him. So switching back to Joel's view, as you can see, Joel likes to take the corners kind of wide. It's a much smoother way of doing things, but when you take them too wide, you actually lose too much speed and too much time, and you're just, you have to cover more distance when you do that. In this turn, he actually takes it too tight, and he has to course adjust. So again, two different types of ways to get around the corner. So just before wrapping up this race, I'd like to talk to you about safety really quickly. We actually run a very safe track. We have people that are constantly watching the track. We also have some safety equipment that we put around the track. Coming up right now, you'll actually see this quad right here smoking. One of the ESCs actually blew out, and it's actually melting the plastic. And nothing actually happened to it, but if a fire were to actually occur, each one of these signs behind it is actually a fire extinguisher. So if something were to happen, we would call the race off, and we can get out there. We can actually put out the fire. We also have, as you can see, the entire racetrack roped off, just in case some people walk by and we're wondering what we're doing. We do want to run a very safe and easy to maintain racetrack. So that was the first race of the day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and replay the same race, except I'm going to do it from Zach's point of view. Zach is actually a very experienced flyer, and this is actually his very first time flying these racing quads. He actually went ahead and rented out one of the league quads just so that he can get extra flying time in. And just want to show you how experienced he is and how quickly he got around the track. By probably lap 4, he was probably almost half a lap ahead of everybody else, and he did actually lap some people during the race. Now, the race was actually 10 laps, so I just wanted to show you, or you can just watch how he uses the track and how he chooses to get around the corners, and you can actually learn a lot just from watching that.